Air around us, chapter 15. We have learnt in chapter 9 that all living things require air. So, all living things in this world need air to breathe. But have you ever seen air? So, air is not visible. The question is about air. Can you see the air? So, you cannot see. So, air is invisible. You might not have seen air, but surely you must have felt its presence in so many ways. We don't see air, but we can feel its presence. Okay. You notice it when the leaves of the tree rustle or the clothes hanging on a clothesline sway. So we see this happening. So this is due to the air. It moves the cloth or it shakes the leaves. Pages of an open book begin fluttering. So when you turn on the fan in some speed and you open the book, so the pages will flutter. Okay, so that is because of the presence of air. So it says pages of an open book begin fluttering when the fan is switched on. The moving air makes it possible for you to fly your kite. So it is a game you kids play. So they fly kites. Okay. So it is they are able to fly it only because of the presence of air. So air makes it possible for the kids to fly the kites. Do you remember activity 3 in chapter 5 in which you separated the sand and sawdust by winnowing? So winnowing is a process which is used to like clear out some impurities. Yes, from the lighter impurities. Okay, or separate lighter particles from the heavier particles. So with the air, the lighter particles will be carried out and heavy particles will fall down. Okay, so this is a process of winnowing. So winnowing is more effective in moving air. You may have noticed that during storm, the wind blows at a very high speed. It may even uproot trees and blow off the rooftops. So if wind is strong, it can do damages also. So this paragraph discusses about the air that we even if we cannot see it, but we can feel its presence. So next question is, have you ever played with a firki? This is a firki. This is a small toy which kids used to play. It will rotate when air is brought near to it or air crosses it, or when it crosses air, it starts moving, rotating. Let us make a firki of our own. So you can make it of your own with the help of paper and stick, following the instruction shown in figure 15.2. Here instruction is given, so you can use it to make a firki. Hold the stick of the firki and place it in different directions in an open area. Move it a little back and forth, okay, so that it can feel the air pressure. So once it feels the air, it will start rotating. Observe what happens. Does the firki rotate? What makes a firki rotate? Moving air, isn't it? Yes. So moving air which passes across the firki actually rotates it. Have you ever seen a weather clock? It shows the direction in which the air moving at that place. So uh, the arrow will point which direction to which direction the air is moving. Okay, so this helps in finding the direction of wind. Is air present everywhere around us? So next question is air present everywhere around us? So yes, on this planet, yes. Close your fist. What do you have in it? Nothing. Try the following activity to find out. Okay, so activity 1. So activity 1 shows some bucket full of water and a empty bottle. So it will demonstrate that when the bottle is kept straight, the water will not enter in the bottle, or very less water will enter because it is filled with air, and air doesn't have any place to escape from this bottle. So this bottle will not get filled with the water. But once you will tilt it, then the air will get some space to come out and water will start flowing in. So this activity is that. Let us make a firki of our own. So this was done. So we were doing here activity 2 now. Take an take an empty open bottle. It is really empty or does it have something inside? Turn it upside down. Is something inside it? Now you take a bottle and turn it upside down. So is there anything in the bottle? So it is not visible, but we know that it has air in it. Okay. Now dip the open mouth of the bottle into the bucket filled with water as shown in figure 15.4. Observe the bottle. Does water enter the bottle? Now tilt the bottle slightly. Does the water now enter the bottle? Yes. When it is tilted, water will start moving into the bottle. Do you see bubbles coming out of the bottle or hear any bubbly sound? Yes, because air is coming out in the form of bubbles and it tried to escape the bottle when water is getting filled in it. Can you guess what was in the bottle? Yes, air was inside the bottle. Yes, you are right. It is air that was present in the bottle. The bottle was not empty at all. In fact, it was filled completely with air even when you turned it upside down. That is why you notice that water does not enter the bottle when it is pushed in an inverted position. So water did not enter when bottle was kept upside down because it had air in it and it didn't allow water to get into the bottle. As there was no space for air to escape, when the bottle was tilted, the air was able to come out in the form of bubbles and water filled up the empty space that the air has occupied. So once air was coming out, water was getting into the bottle. This activity shows that air occupies space. It fills all the space in the bottle. It is present everywhere around us. Air has no color and one can see through it. It is transparent. So air has no color and it is transparent and we can see through it. Our earth is surrounded by a thin layer of air. This layer extends up to many kilometers above the surface of the earth and is called atmosphere. As we move higher in the atmosphere, the air gets rarer. Now, can you think mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders with them while climbing high mountains? Okay, so when we move up higher, the air is less. Okay, gravity pulls air also, so air is more near the surface of the earth, and at the height it is less. So when we go to mountains or mountaineers, when they go high up the hill, they carry oxygen.